I'm also encouraged by Aaron Rodgers, but it was scary for a second, Stephania, more than a second, actually. He left the game.
He left the game, and if you know, what's nice is when you get the video and it actually really clearly lays out what happened for the injury. So he had, 290 pounds fall on top of him. His leg was in a weird position, so he was up in the air, and when the body weight fell on top of him, it pushed his knee to the inside. My immediate thought, I don't usually speculate on the air, but I'll tell you why I'm saying this now. My immediate thought was he probably sprained his MCL. When he went in and was carted to the room and he came back, they did a close-up on TV. You could see that he had a sleeve under his pants that had these struts in it. They put a strut on either side, so it controls medial lateral stability of the knee. That made me think this was probably an MCL sprain. It probably will be very hard for him to play on it. You saw him not really putting weight on it, not wanting to bend it. At one point, he went down to tie his shoe, stuck his leg out way behind him to keep it straight. All of those things support that. The fact he came back in and finished, and he said after the game, I'm definitely playing next week. I don't think he'll be himself. He played with a calf injury before and limped around, but I think he'll be out there.
Sometimes adrenaline can really carry a player.
He'll feel worse today,
injury.
I guarantee you.
Going to be a sore Monday for Aaron Rodgers. That much is for sure. We're going to quickly say, Dan, we're saying goodbye to our Twitter audience right now.
No, we're not. We're going to keep on going.
Keep on going. Besides Aaron Rodgers, we'll keep on going. Besides Aaron Rodgers for this Packers passing game, Randall Cobb went crazy in the second half. 9 catches, 142 yards, and a touchdown. A brilliant 75-yard go-ahead score. But it was the running back and the tight end that I wanted to get to. Matthew, what did you make about how the Ty Montgomery, Jamal Williams work share broke out last night?
It was such a weird game, honestly. I mean, look, if I have to pick one going forward, prefer Jamal Williams, but I don't think he did anything that was super impressive yesterday. I mean, They do like him in pass protection. And I think that would bode well, given Rodgers is now going to be super gimpy and want to be very protective of that of that leg. I mean, it was a weird game because the Bears defense completely dominated the pack. It was a tale of two halves, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
The Bears offense could not do anything wrong. Trubisky looked great. They were moving down the field, and then the Packers offense couldn't get anything going. Khalil Mack and the Bears defense just looked unbelievable. Dominating the line of scrimmage. And then all of a sudden, and then Rodgers goes out, and Deshaun Kaiser throws the pick six, and you're like, oh well, wow. And then Rodgers triumphantly somehow miraculously comes back and leads them to victory, and the Bears were stymied, and the Packers offense was running on all cylinders. But they were in a 2-minute offense basically for the entire second half. Or since when Rodgers came back, they basically went very hurry up. Yeah. Once Rodgers came back, and very pass heavy, obviously, because they were significantly down. So I don't know that there's a ton that you can take away specifically from the run game here, other than the fact that my expectation would be you're going to want Jamal Williams, but you're probably not going to want to start him, especially next week against the Vikings.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a very difficult one. Maybe the best pickup of the waiver wire ad for these guys could be Aaron Jones, who's back after next week.
That's right.
Geronimo Allison also played well for them. 5 catches,
he was on our 3 list of 3 in the preseason. It's somebody undrafted who could be worth a late-round flyer.
Third wide receiver for an Aaron Rodgers offense is almost always a good thing. Last note here on the Packers is Jimmy Graham. 2 catches for 8 yards. We thought there could be, there was so much positive buzz,
I know it's only one game, but still, this was my concern.
But it caught my attention. I'll be the first to say there was so much positive buzz about him publicly from Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy. I took the bait a little bit on Jimmy Graham.
He ran 38 routes. He saw just 4 targets. So again, that's targeting on 10.5% of routes. From Rodgers, 2015 to 2017, tight ends were targeted on 19% of routes run. I mean, so even less than a traditionally low usage of tight ends from Rodgers in the past. Look, I was very anti-Jimmy Graham in the preseason. As you guys know, better days are ahead for him in this. I feel like yesterday's game was so weird, it's hard to take a lot away on what this Packers offense will look going forward based on last week's game. And especially, by the way, because as we said, Aaron Rodgers ain't going to be Aaron Rodgers going forward. I mean, he's going to be gutty out there, but he's not going to be the same mobile quarterback. My guess is they will design an offense to take advantage of, very quick hits, not a lot of movement from him. He'll probably be almost entirely in the shotgun, So it'll be interesting to see going forward. But if you invested in Jimmy Graham, I would be a little bit more patient. But to say that I'm surprised would be a lie.